could go ahead and use the transition time, and then I'll start it once you're rolling. So you can go ahead and start when you're ready.
Oh. Hello, I'll introduce our team first. This is Emily Pearson, Nicole Crosby, Brian Wright, and Kelly Steen, and my name is Eric Schuler, and we're very excited to present our idea for Zenaboogie Village, a community defined by the community. You know, when we were first assigned with this project to make Boise more livable, we realized we had a very hard time deciding what exactly it is that Boise needs right now. Eventually we came to a single wish, however. Our goal was to create an interactive, dynamic community where young professionals and students can reside in the Boise area. As members and representatives from a committee of Boise City and Boise State University, your support is essential for us to move this plan forward. And that is why we are so excited to present our idea here today, and we're grateful for the opportunity. Now, before I get into our presentation, I'd like to make a confession. Every aspect of our plan has been done before, but it's never been done at the same time, and it's never been done here. This is what Boise needs right now. This is our vision. Welcome to Zenaboogie Village, a new mixed-use development project that's located just on the other side of Julia Davis Park. On the ground level, we plan to have a mixture of retail space, office space, as well as community space that will provide specific functions that I will get to a little bit later. Meanwhile, on the upper levels of the complex, there will be condominiums for young professionals as well as apartments, and one building will be dedicated to providing residential housing for Boise State students. Now, we realized when we set out to design this project that there's a distinct difference between building housing and building a community. That is why we devised an intentional incentive structure for this specific purpose. Every BSU student that resides in this community is going to be required to put on and attend a certain number of community events. This will ensure that a vibrant community atmosphere proliferates in the region and also provide numerous opportunities for residents within the village as well as in the greater Boise area to get involved. Another aspect that we would like to emphasize is the architecture of the complex. You know, when we were starting to explore this idea, we went downtown to see what Boise already has to offer and to try and get some inspiration. And we noticed a strange trend. We were walking around like, look over there, that's a tall, square building. And over here, another tall, square building. Zenaboogie Village will provide a welcome contrast to this. And because it's new to the Boise City, but it's also new to the region, and it's going to be a trademark for years to come. Finally, another important aspect of this project is that it follows Boise's comprehensive plan. We met with Elaine Clegg from Idaho Smart Growth to discuss our project and idea with her. And she emphasized the need for three specific things in future development in the city of Boise. We need to condense surface parking, she told us. We need to incorporate green space in all new developments and enhance walkability. And we also need high-density development to conserve land area. Collectively, these comprise the major tenets of new urbanism, and this is an essential part of Boise's program, or Boise's comprehensive plan going forward. Obviously, the current site meets none of these needs, but Zenaboogie Village will meet all of these goals. Additionally, this project will provide substantial economic benefits to the city of Boise. By incorporating retailers on this end of Myrtle and enhancing walkability, as I discussed before, the effect will be to expand the downtown district altogether. Additionally, by allowing a space where students and young professionals can interact on a daily basis, we are laying the groundwork for new and innovative ideas to come to this region. According to Mark Rivers, who is a renowned authority on the subject of economic development, this is essential to spur new entrepreneurship and to stimulate the economy in this region. Of course, another way that this will improve the economy is by bringing in outside investment from other regions. As an example of this, we plan to incorporate Whole Foods as an anchor retailer in our complex. And in fact, they are already planning to develop on this property right now. This will be the first retail location for Whole Foods in Idaho, and it will clearly provide new jobs and stimulate growth. BSU will also accrue substantial benefits from this development project. As you all know, we here at Boise State strive to become a metropolitan research university of distinction. But it's important to ask how that is even possible if we're not even inside the metropolis. For too long, we have been isolated by the Boise River, and the Zambuki Village project promises to remedy this blight. Now, of course, when we decided to make the bold move to extend BSU's physical footprint into the downtown area, we realized that there was a significant obstacle that we needed to overcome. The very idea of having Boise State students cross Myrtle Street, frogger their way across Myrtle Street on the way to class every morning or to get involved at the campus, may seem to some of you as a recipe for lower enrollment. Of course, another problem is that we don't want members of the Zambuki Village or the city of Boise in general to be isolated from the park and the campus. Accordingly, we devised a very elegant solution. The skywalk you see before you is a piece of functional art that will finally bridge the divide between Boise State's campus and the center of Boise. This functional piece of art is inspired by the City of Trees itself and will add vitality to the arts and culture in Boise. Moreover, it will become a signature of our landscape instead of just a practical solution. As I mentioned, BSU will gain significant benefits from this, but it's also going to give back to the community through the Zambuki project. One of the most important problems we're facing right now as a state and as a city is the low college attendance. Nationally, 60% of graduating high school seniors go on to pursue higher education. But in Idaho, this number is reduced to just 34%. Our research revealed one of the reasons why this occurs. The problem is that although the students are very in touch with the community up till about age 16, they lose touch around 17 or 18, and we need to provide support for these at-risk teens at this time. The BSU students and the Zambuki Village project will do that. We plan on dedicating an entire floor to a collaborative working space where teens and college students will be able to interact on a daily basis. Now, the reason that these teens will come to this environment while they avoid the community atmosphere increasingly as they grow older is because they're no longer going to be surrounded by adolescents. They're going to be surrounded by the best and brightest students from Boise State University. Now, on the one hand, this has the benefit of showing them community support and letting them know that their community cares about them and anchoring them to the ground. But it also has an added benefit of introducing them to college. It will expose them to programs that will allow them to pursue higher education and make them realize, possibly for the first time, that college is a real option for them. Now, this altruistic campaign on Boise State's part has other residual benefits for the university itself. After all, what better way for BSU to start to initiate its first presence in the community than with a positive campaign like this? Is there any better publicity campaign than to help Boise where it needs it most? I think not. And for all these reasons, we feel that this idea needs to happen in Boise. But we also acknowledge that a great idea that can't be implemented isn't a great idea at all. So it's important to discuss the feasibility of this project. After speaking with Scott Shaner, an expert in the commercial real estate development industry from Raffinelli and Nahas, as well as discussing the project with Jim Kessler, who actually owns the property that we plan to develop, we came up with an estimate of $153 million for the entire project. We have also identified likely partners for this project. For instance, the Social Innovation Fund provides $10 million of federal grant money to state institutions such as Boise State University. Capital City Development Corporation would be willing to finance a parking garage, and I'm not going to go into the other partners, but the point is there are a variety of resources that exist, and we have looked into this.